Hello, Elevation students, and welcome to week 3 in chemistry. This week, we're going to be focusing on the conservation of mass and begin to look at chemical reactions and some of the basic vocabulary surrounding them. We're going to be looking at things like coefficients and subscripts, counting the number of atoms, identifying reactants and products, and all of this will prepare us to move into week 4 when we actually begin to balance those reactions. Let's go ahead and take a look at our pacing guide for week 3. As you can see, we of course have class at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, and I look forward to seeing you in that VC. Following class, I'd like for you to complete your apply assignment. This is a chance for you to really express your understanding of ionic bonds and not just writing the name and formula, but actually understanding how those come about. When you click on this assignment, it will take you to the following. You can see the rubric here. There are 5 different questions that you're going to be doing, and each of those questions is worth 5 points. I'll be looking for a number of things here: your description of charges, the formula, exactly how those charges balance, and then the name. In this assignment, we're going to be writing ionic compound formulas as well as names. You're given 5 different questions, and there's an example that models what I'm looking for in the top. You'll be given something with a positive charge, a cation, combined with some sort of anion. Now, that cation could be a transition metal, like it is in number 2. You could also have one of your ions be polyatomic, like, for example, in number 4. You're going to first write the symbol for your cation and your anion. So we're just looking at the neutral symbol, no charges. The number of valence electrons that these specific elements have from the periodic table when they're in a neutral state. So magnesium has 2 valence electrons, chlorine has 7. Now, this is the part where I'm going to do a description. What actually happens with 2 valence electrons? How do I explain the chemistry behind this? So the goal is to get to 8, the octet rule. And the octet rule tells me that I need to gain or lose electrons. If I only have 2, it's much easier to lose those 2 electrons to become positive, a +2 charge in this example. If I've already got 7, it's much easier to gain 1 electron to have a negative charge, which is -1. I'm now going to write the ions that are formed using my symbols. Mg becomes Mg2+, chlorine becomes Cl-. Putting those 2 together, an electrostatic attraction forms MgCl2. So I'm really explaining the process from the very beginning when these elements form a charged state, their electrostatic attraction, and finally their formula. Now I'm going to show how this ends up being a neutral compound. I'm going to explain that there is 1 atom here of magnesium combined with 2 atoms of chlorine. When I work out the simple mathematics, a +2 plus a -2 adds up to a 0 charge. The descriptions here are where the majority of your points are coming from. While I am very interested in your ability to write the formula correctly as well as the compound, I'm most interested in your ability to explain how this applies to the octet rule and then to show me how you have a neutral compound when the charges crisscross and balance out with the correct numbers, both positive and negative, to end up with a neutral atom. On Wednesday, your assignment is to watch the following 2 video lessons. We're going to be learning about diatomic molecules and exactly what they are compared to an element of the 7 that are found in a compound. So this is just a short 4-minute video. Please take notes as you go through this on page 13 if you're following the same number scale as I am. And then one of our other chemistry teachers at Elevation recorded this video about just reviewing nomenclature some more. So just another individual explaining ionic versus covalent. I know we've done this already, but sometimes it's nice to just see it presented in a different way and by a different author, if you will. So those 2 mini lessons are part of your information that you'll gather this week. There are no points associated with this. On Thursday, you have some notes for the law of conservation of mass. When you click on this, it will take you to the page. This is also not for points, but here is the link that will, of course, generate a copy for you. When you click on that copy, it will take you to the notes. We're not going to be doing all the pages. We're only going to be doing pages 1 through 4. So when you're in your conservation of mass, which starts here, it talks about staying balanced. You'll notice there are 7 pages up here. We're only going to page 7. As you work through this, you'll notice the page number is there for you. And so it just walks you through some videos, working through the vocabulary, reactants, and products, looking at this idea of being balanced, a few more videos, and then finally, how do we apply this to the law of conservation of mass? Going back to our module, To continue on with our lesson for this week, you have a play posit, which also is on the law of conservation of mass. I think that you'll recognize some of the characters in this short video. It's not very long, and then as you play through it, you'll answer a variety of questions, 10 points, and that will help you to earn some points for the semester and hopefully solidify those big ideas. If we go back, the very last thing is a quiz, and this goes over all of our vocabulary, counting atoms, etc. That really include all the big ideas from this week. You'll notice in terms of points, we have 25 points, we have 10 points, and we have 20 points. So 35, 25, that is 60 points for this week. We'll be moving into some bigger assessments in the following week. I look forward to seeing you in VC on Tuesday, and if you have any questions, please come see me during office hours Tuesday or Thursday from 2 to 2:45. Have a great week.